Alright, hey everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This first video is going to be a sort of first look at it, where I'll talk about a bunch of stuff and the mechanics of it and everything, so it'll be a sort of longer video, because a decent number of minutes of it are going to be just me sort of talking about it before I get into actual gameplay. And then we'll do a couple of the areas in it, and then from there on we'll just do videos of it. Let me know how you guys like it. So this is an early access game that I bought. After watching someone else do it, I'll kind of probably say some of the same things he did. It could use a bit of polish. I think there are some things I think they could add, but overall it is pretty good. Especially once you get into some of the permanent unlocks and start adding more of the stuff to it that you can buy through that area of the game. And the things that you can buy with the money that is available for the specific run that you're on at the moment are pretty nice too, and add more depth to it as well there too. So you have a number of different characters for each run of the game that you can do. You only start with 2 of them that you can pick from, and only 1 character in your initial first run of the game that you can do until you get enough of the permanent unlock currency to allow you to use at least 2 characters. And then with that permanent unlock currency, you eventually are able to purchase more characters to use as well. We actually have a number of them right here in the opening menu art here as well, that, as you can see, 4 of them here. So the game is called Bunker Punks. It is basically a first-person shooter roguelike game where once you die, that character is dead for that run of the game. And you go through different dungeons as you go through the game, and the dungeons eventually get more and more floors to them and more rooms, and they loop around each other, and as you go there's more enemies in the floors, and they introduce new enemies to you as you go that do more damage and they take more shots to kill. And you eventually unlock better armor and better weapons and more stuff to use. And one thing I should mention that you'll see in my playthrough of this that you guys won't if you're just starting is that in the first couple of areas, you'll see enemies showing up that won't show up for you guys until maybe the 3rd or 4th dungeon, because I've played through this about 6 runs or so of the game so far. So even in the first, when I hit new game here to start, you'll see some stuff that I'll explain here that I've unlocked that you won't, but I'll be doing the first run of the game like a fresh start person that just bought the game and hasn't gotten enough money to unlock access to more characters and everything yet. And then after that, when we lose this run and go into the next run, I'll start using everything I have available to me. So you'll see what it's like when I go through a full run of the game and my current availability of everything I have opened up. Alright, so with that said, let's click new game here, and what it is you choose your character, or it says choose your punks, because Bunker Punks is also the name of the group that you're is the name of the group that these guys are in. So you only start with actually 1 slot here for a character, although I have 3. I've unlocked these other 2 slots here, and you only have Molly, Pop, and Dallas Beach here to pick from at the start, as I've unlocked Chloe and Cassie through my playthroughs here, and everyone else I've not unlocked yet. So I usually use Molly, and I use one of these other characters, but Molly's one of the 2 starting people, so I'll use her to stay true to a fresh game where you don't have anyone unlocked and you don't have any extra character slots unlocked for your runs. So you click new game, and it's going to start you right into a dungeon, and you'll see it says loading here. It gives you the loadout there of how to play.
I'm going in.
So WASD is how you move. Left mouse button is your firing button. Okay, as you can see, we're introduced to 2 enemy types right here off the bat. Right there is a larger credits chip there, or our larger thing of credits. So as I said, WASD moves, left mouse button fires. Once you get past this initial run they throw you in when you start a game, you get 2 weapons that you can use, and you can use the mouse wheel to switch back and forth between them. on the lower left there, the plus with a 70 out of 70 is my health, so I have 70 health out of a total of 70. The 4 boxes are your 4 different armor spots. The shield with the 5 is my 5 armor. On the right side there, the 49 out of 50 with the pistol and the 25% is my 49 bullets out of 50 for my pistol here, which is the weapon that Molly starts with, a pistol for a handgun. And the 25% bonus damage, and then the 2 things below that are the 40 credits, and then the big gray thing to the right of the credits there is your tech, which we don't have any of yet, and I will explain that once we get to that. So the 2 enemies we ran into here, these guys are what I call hover bombs, as they fly right up to you, beep a couple times, then blow up right in front of you, causing about 5 damage in close proximity. So you want to kill them right away for a couple reasons. 1, because if they blow up, they won't drop anything, potentially, and 2, because if they blow up right in front of you, they will damage you. And then these guys are what I call flying sentries. They will fly around towards you and fly back and forth to avoid getting shot and shoot at you. And they will fire a couple shots at a time. So all these boxes like this you want to blow up because they can contain anything from weapons and armor to credits, tech, or health. And all of these boxes like this will always hold weapons or armor. This is a tactical shotgun, and this is what it looks like when you come up to a piece of weapon or armor if you already have one equipped. As you'll see where on the left side what you're currently using. And for a weapon it'll say the damage with the it'll say, I'm sorry for tripping there for a second. For weapons, at the top it'll say what the damage is for what's equipped on the left with the bonus if you have any, and the current ammo total with what you have left below it. And on the right it'll say what the weapon is that you're looking at with its damage and its ammo. And it says the shotgun is 36, which is more. I do like the shotgun, but I don't like using it for my main weapon. I do like using it, but I'm just a lot more used to the pistols. So we're going to take out these 2 guys here. Grab the pistols, and one thing I will mention is the ammo drops like that you see, the bullets like that. The credits that you saw, the green credit drops, the health, and the tech drops that we haven't come across yet, they do gradually disappear, so you do want to grab, if you need any health or ammo, you want to grab them as soon as you can. Health as well, tech and credits you want to grab as soon as possible before they disappear, and avoid taking damage, and you will see me doing that myself, so I'm not just saying that, I will practice it. Alright, so right there is tech. That's what tech looks like. They're purple microchips, essentially. Let's blow that up. Blow this up.
I'll take that.
That was a piece of armor I unlocked through my tech and my other playthroughs. Army boots, which is nothing but a straight 10 armor upgrade, or 10 armor increase. We're going to head through this door. I can see 2 hoverbots here, or 10 hover bombs. 10 hover bombs and a floating sentry. So we had 3 health there. Obviously you could tell the health is kind of looks like a med kit. Some credits and some ammo there. And as you saw, the health started to blink, which is what happens when the things start to disappear. They'll start blinking. The faster they blink, it means the quicker they are to disappear. Or, well, rather, the sooner they're going to disappear. As when they start blinking, it's a warning, and they start to blink faster and faster until they just poof. Okay, that's our elevator room, and there is 1 new enemy in there, but I want to search the rest of this area first before we go in there. So I think there might have been 1 other room. Alright, I guess not. Alright, that guy right there that looks like he's in a suit is what's called a sentry bot. With just your basic pistol, they actually take quite a few shots and they can do a decent bit of damage. Alright, there's a second piece of armor there. And there's some more health. Nice. Alright, so as you can see, that box had credits.
Just what I needed.
Alright, so we actually got pretty lucky here, and I got 3 pieces of assault armor right away that I had unlocked with my tech from previous runs. And assault armor is all nothing but straight plus 10 armor, so I now have... Sorry there. Clearing my throat, it's kind of dry from talking so much. So, I now have plus 30 more armor for a total of 45 essentially. So this is an elevator room, that's what this little thing here where the exit is. And as you notice, when I killed everything, you heard a ding and there was text that popped up at the bottom that said elevator unlocked. And that is something you can do if you don't feel you can clear the whole room to get all of the credits and tech that are available. Is if you found the elevator room here where you see this room that says exit above it, and you know you can kill everything in this room without dying, but you can't clear the whole area without dying. Kill everything in here, and then you can just advance to the next floor or exit if you're at the bottom floor of the dungeon. Because when you advance to the next floor, you will heal a certain amount of health regardless of what you have at the base.
Made it.
As you can see, when you come in here, it'll show your character, it'll show their current health out of their total, the amount of credits and tech that you've earned at the moment, your current ammo, and the floor you're on out of the total floors in the dungeon, and the amount of armor you found that's equipped. And then you just click next floor to go to the next floor. And right here, this shows you the floors you've beaten, and the highlighted floor in yellow is the current floor you're on. And what was at the bottom there was a display of the controls. And that is actually a gripe of mine. I think they should have a way to let you see the controls without just looking at them in the loading screen right there. Because that is a bit of an issue. To only be able to see the controls for the game outside of the floors in the loading screen and not be able to just look at them in the options if you're not sure what does what. Alright, so you'll start seeing these kind of containment glass containers here too. With a couple of shots, you can blow these up as well to cause damage to enemies as well, as you do with these explosive barrels there. And I do suggest using the explosive barrels in the containers to blow up enemies faster and save yourself some potential grief once you get further into the game. Nice, there's some more health in that one. Alright, so as you saw there, any weapon of the same type, like I'm using a handgun and this is another handgun, if I had a different type of handgun, I could switch to it and walk over the pistol here, and as long as this pistol still had ammo, I could refill all of my handguns with this pistol's ammo, which is nice. Walking over a weapon that you've exposed via killing an enemy or breaking open a chest that needs ammo, all you do is walk over it with a weapon in your hand and you'll refill it as long as that weapon still has ammo in it. But you'll see that it doesn't refill. When you walk back over to it, you'll see that the ammo slowly drops back down. But it's a good thing to keep in mind and make a mental note of, since your ammo drops like this will disappear over time, and the weapon and armor drops do not. That you can just walk over them and remember where they are to refill your weapons in between floors and everything. And that is also something that I do, by the way. Is I will go back to rooms after I've cleared everything out of a room. I will go back through the dungeon to a room that had a weapon like... Ooh, nice, there's another tech. Another tech chip for 30. I will go back into a room with a weapon that I'm using to refill it after I've cleared everything out and refill my weapons to have full ammo for the next floor. Now, that's only like, say if my weapons are really low on ammo at the time. I don't do that every time. But it's more of a kind of, security thing for me, or not really security, but an ease of mind thing. Alright, let's grab some ammo there. Oh, darn it. I just realized that floating sentry dropped health. Well, I should be okay. Emphasis on should there. Oh, nice. There's a big thing of health for 6. Okay, so we're about like 3 health below max, so we should be good. Alright, here is our elevator room. As you can see, I 8 damage there to grab those credits, doing like I just said to do. When you see credits or tech drop or health if you need it, go ahead and grab it.
Gonna borrow this.
There's an assault helmet for another 10 to 15 health, or armor there, my bad. More health. I will still grab that. Alright, so now we're done, and as you can see, when you reach the final floor and go into the elevator, it gives you the same readout and says return to HQ. Alright, so here we are back at the gas station where it's just a base, which we didn't see because that was our first actual dungeon. So up here in the upper left here, you can see our total credits we earned and our tech. You hover over your characters here on the left if you've unlocked the ability to use more than one, and it'll give you a brief description of them, their name, age, height, a quote from them right under their picture, and then basically a description of like how they joined the Bunker Punks movement here. Now these 2 rooms down here you won't have on your first couple playthroughs. These 2 areas down here that I've unlocked through use of my tech points that are used to get your permanent unlocks. When you first start off, you'll just have this room here and here on the left and right of your quarters, which it just says is where your punks sleep, which is what it refers to as the characters that you play as. You can't actually do much with this. There is kind of something you do with it, but it's not done here at your base. So this is where you spend your credits, which is your money used per run. It's not your permanent upgrades, it's your upgrades per run. So you click on it, and then this is your room that you can put in the area. Now, the lab and the gym are rooms that are unlocked with tech, so you won't have these 2 for a while to come. The rooms that you have access to, and they are good rooms, and I do recommend putting them up at the start of the game, are the firing range and the infirmary. So go to one, put up the infirmary, go to the other, or go to one, put up the firing range, go to the other, put up the infirmary, whichever order you want. Then inside one, they'll give you the bullseye and the rifle range. The bullseye improves your damage with pistols and handguns, and the rifle range, obviously from the name of it, improves your damage with rifles. And then the infirmary, you'll get the enhancements and the nano implants. Now, because I use Molly, I'm going to put up the bullseyes to improve her damage with her pistols. I do recommend doing the enhancements because the enhancements improve the health of your punks at the start of every run by 5. And every time you upgrade it, they get another 5 health on top of that. So they start off getting an extra 5 health, then it's 10, then 15. So basically, she started with 70. By putting the enhancements in the infirmary, she now has 75 health. When I upgrade this to 2 for 50, another 50 credits the next time, instead of 75 health, she'll have 80 health. And so on and so forth. From 70 to 75, 80 to 85, 90, 95, and so on. And that's how that works. And the other thing you start with here is the nano implants, which is really good. It works. If you're really good at getting combos, I recommend doing this and at least getting it up to level 2. But this doubles in cost from 200 to 400 credits needed to get to level 2. But then it doubles from healing 1 point to 2 points a kill. And what the implants do is they take your combos and they give you 1 point of health back for every kill. So at level 1, when you first put it up, for 2 kills you get 2 health, 3 kills 3 health, 4 kills 4 health, but when you get it to level 2, you get 2 points of health for every kill. And the least you can get is 2 kills. Although 1 kill is not a combo, so 2 kills with 2 points, with 400 credits into this at level 2. With a 2 kill combo, that would be 4 health. 3 kills would be 6 health, 4 kills at level 2, you would be getting 8 health recovered. So you'll be helping recover your health decently if you were pretty good at combos doing the nano implants. The other thing that's really worth doing, and I don't remember if it was given to you right away, is the first day training here. And this actually improves the amount of health that you get back from the health pickups that got dropped that you saw in the dungeon there. And this is only 50 at the start. I will put this up, but I'm only going to do level 1. And in fact, I can't even do that anymore. Alright, so we're at 20 minutes now, but I already said I'd be doing this longer than 20 minutes for about at least 30, because a lot of this is going to be talking and explaining the game. Alright, so now we're going to do our first dungeons, because now we're at the actual dungeon run proper here. So as you can see, we have 2 areas open here, which are 2 floors each, like that dungeon was. But then this is going to be 3 floors, and these next 2 after they're going to be 3 floors. Then this one is 4 floors, 4 floors, 4 floors, 5 floors, 5 floors, 4, and 5. And this is actually the final floor, and this is where I died the last time, because I had like these last 3 buildings right here unlocked. But because this one was 5 floors as well, and it took me quite a bit to get through a 5-floor dungeon, and I actually did lose one of my characters trying to do it before I beat it. And I got pretty low on health when I did beat a 5-floor dungeon. I didn't really want to go through that. So I tried to take on just the final area here where the boss is, and it got really tough because they put a really hard enemy at the end of each floor in the elevator room that you have to take with a really hard enemy arrangement in there as well. I'm sorry if my voice is sounding crappy. I've tried to record just 3 times and had a couple issues the past couple times. But I'm only going to do like I did the last time and do just one of these areas here before I end this off. So I won't be talking too much longer now. So let's see. And as you can also see, like, these buildings all have names, and it's kind of related to what it says each floor is going to be in the building. Like, both of these floors are going to be R&D. Both of these floors in this building, because this is a strategy building, are going to be logistics. And this is R&D, logistics, and medical. Security, R&D, in the logistics. This building's all R&D. This building's logistics, medical, R&D, and security. This building is mostly security with 1 floor of logistics, and so on and so forth, as you can see. Just kind of hovering over them for a little bit and keeping it there to show you. Alright, so let's go and do this R&D dungeon here. Alright, so as you can see there at the bottom, it shows the commands.
This is Molly Pop. I'm going in.
The highlighted yellow floor of the dungeon is your actual floor of the dungeon that you're on. The grayed out floor would be the floor that you're actually working, would be a floor that you've actually finished. And as you can see there, it actually let me pick up that pistol, which is fine with me. If I ever actually completely ran out of ammo in this one, I have a backup right now. But I don't think I've ever really had that happen to me once. Oh crap, I got shot. Yeah, see, the guys move back and forth to avoid getting shot by you. Can be a little difficult to shot unless you're really good at predicting where they're going and can shoot them rather accurately. Nice, got health, although I got shot right after getting... Okay, so these guys right here that you saw were the new enemy I was talking about that were going to show up in these dungeons. that you guys won't be seeing if you're just starting the game that are going to be in my dungeons here at the start, because I've played through about 4 to 5 runs of the game. Alright, nice. There's 7 health, which I didn't even need that. I only need like 2 health from that. Alright, let's grab the ammo. We're going to run in here and kind of run around the pillar and try to avoid getting shot and killed. Look around while we move around to avoid being an easy target. Alright, so it looks like we cleared that room out. Let's go to the next one. Had 10 credits. Oh yeah, these guys that are showing up here right away for me that you guys aren't going to see for a bit, I call them zappers because they're flying little drones that fly up to you, and instead of blowing up or shooting you, they charge up like a little probe that zaps you. And they'll just keep doing that, so yeah, you want to take them out as quickly as you do the bombers. Alright, so as you can see I have assault boots on, and these are work boots, which again are just a straight armor upgrade, but they only do 10 armor, where my assault boots do 15. And as you can see, if you're looking at 2 things that give a same bonus, whether it be armor or whether it be the same type of weapon bonus or an armor bonus, the better one will be in green. Sorry for kind of losing my train of thought with that there. And that'll be the same for weapons, as you saw when I looked at the shotgun, to show you the shotgun there. Because the pistol only did like 9 damage and the shotgun did 36, it was green. So I'm sorry for remembering incorrectly there. The reason I have 55 armor with all the assault equipment is because they give 15 armor, not 10. So you have 40 armor there, and then another 20 on top of that, essentially, with everything. Okay, so there is our elevator room. That guy was running at me, so I'm going to take him out, and I actually want to try to clear out the rest of this area before I head in there. Alright, so let me think. I'm pretty sure I saw another door somewhere. Or was that it? See, right there, I ran up to grab the tech immediately instead of, like, waiting to kill anything. Doing exactly as I said to do. I'm gonna run over here over to the pistol to refill mine. Alright, well, this might just be a quick and straightforward room, more or less. It's kind of what it looks like, okay. So let's just head back over here, and I guess we will take out this room. Alright, so if I were to take this leather jacket, it would give me a plus 5% damage bonus to melee weapons, which I don't use. I'd also be losing 5 armor, so I really don't want to do that. Oh well, even the sentry bot walked into here. Okay, you're an assault rifle, and I don't necessarily like using you guys, so we're gonna head into the elevator here.
Next floor.
And go down to our next floor.
Here we go.
And as you see there, I healed 5 health in between floors there. And that is not from something I unlocked. That happens regardless. Recovering 5 health in between floors will happen regardless which playthrough you are on. Alright, nice. We got some credits and some tech there. And it even says that somewheres. I think it's in between floors when loading. It's one of the things the game messages can tell you is that your punks will recover health in between floors a little bit. There is actually something you can put in the infirmary, I think. I think it's something I have unlocked that will actually increase how much health you recover in between floors, too. In my opinion, though, the nano implants can be a little bit more helpful than that, though, because you're talking about something that only happens in between floors once as you go from floor to floor. We're going to be encountering multiple enemies several times in one floor to heal more than one time at... I'm sorry, I'm just not quite sure how to word that. Where, like, there's only going to be one exit in between floors. So you're only going to get that health in between floors bonus once. Unlucky for you, that guy dropped 12 health there. So yeah, as opposed to where you're going to be able to combo off enemies multiple times to build your health up, you're only going to get that that health recovery from... You'll only be able to get the health recovery from going in between floors once per floor. Alright, I don't want that because that's only... Oh, okay, the assault gloves are only 10 armor, so some of the assault stuff is only 10 defense. My bad.
That's all you got?
Alright, so actually I'm going to do here is... going to boost everything up to 2, so that, as you can see there, when you go over this, it'll actually tell you what the percentage currently is that the firing range increases the weapon to, and what the next upgrade would increase it to. And this tells you what the enhancement increases the health, what the current enhancement is, and what the next upgrade will increase the health by. And same for the first aid training, it tells you what the effectiveness is. Pickups increase... Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. It words that it increases the effectiveness health pickups by 1%. And it shows you the current percent, the current effective, the current increases percent, and the upgrades increases percent. So right now, she went from a 25% bonus in damage bonus to a 50% increase to her pistol damage. Went from an extra 5 health to an extra 10 health, and it went from like about an extra 25% increase to health pick, an extra 25% increase from health pickups to a 50% increase from the pickups. Sorry for getting so tripped over the words there. But anyways, we're at about slightly over 30 minutes here now, so I think I'm actually going to end this off now. So at the moment right now, she actually has 80 health, and I think actually about 75 pistol, an extra 75 pistol damage, because she starts with 25, and this gets added to it, by the way. That's the other nice thing. This isn't like, oh yeah, it's just this completely erases what they started with and gets put in place of it. This gets added on to whatever they already had. So it's a cumulative stack with whatever bonus they started with. So she had plus 25 pistol damage already. So this plus 50% the bullseye gives now makes it 75% extra damage. So we're going to end with this now, with her having the plus 50% for a total of 75, with her already 25% that she starts with. The 50% increase to health pickups effectiveness. The plus 10% health at the start of every run. 120 credits left over, 435 tech. Molly's still sitting good with us after finishing the initial run they throw you in. and the first actual dungeon that we ran into. So with that said, I'm going to end this off. When you want to end the game, all you do is you can click this X here, and it'll ask you if you want to exit. And I'll show you even here on the dungeon select screen. I'm sorry. My words are screwing up so much because my throat's so dry, and I've been talking for well over half an hour now, trying to do this for a couple tries. The X is even here on this screen where you would select which area you want to run into for your next dungeon. You could even select here to exit the game. And yeah, if you want to go back to your base from here, you don't hit the X. There's a gas station right here, and that's the base that you would select to go back to the base to do anything with upgrades and whatnot. So all that said, everyone, I'm sorry if this was rather clumsy sounding video and I seem lost or confused at all. I just been talking for at least an hour trying to do this because I messed it up a couple times previously just before doing this with the actual audio of the game in the video, and my throat's been a little dry currently. And trying to keep everything that I wanted to mention and talk about in mind. Hopefully they'll get better as we go through this and I show you more stuff. So what I'm basically going to do is we're going to continue this first run with just the one character in these two rooms. I'm not going to put anything in this first run that you wouldn't have in your guys' first run. And we're not going to use these two rooms down here. And what happens is after Molly dies and I lose the first run, I'm going to use the 3 character slots that I have in all 4 of these areas in every room that I possibly can. And I will then play like I would be by myself with everything that I have available, going as far into it as I can, maybe doing 1 or 2 dungeons a video until we get to the point where they take about 20 minutes a dungeon. And it looks like we had an update where they just released a new version of the game, which is awesome. So maybe in the next video we'll actually look into that. So until then, everybody, see you in the next video of Bunker Punks. Goodbye.